Ever since its radical redesign in 2023, the Chevy Colorado has been a constant bestseller in the midsize pickup truck segment, and things aren't showing any signs of slowing down for 2025. Chevy's midsize Challenger holds the upper hand over its closest rivals, like the Toyota Tacoma and Ford Ranger in multiple areas, including off-road capability, performance, and technology. Keep watching to see how the 2025 model turns heads in the automotive world, and stay until the end to find out what makes this all-new model worth waiting for over its 2024 counterpart. ZR2 Bison is here to stay. Chevrolet has been perfecting the Colorado formula for years, constantly raising the bar when it comes to its capability. Last year saw the introduction of the most extreme Colorado yet in the form of the ZR2 Bison. We're glad to say that the Bison lives on for the 2025 model year, unlike the equally popular Ram TRX, which Dodge decided to kill off despite its immense success. The Bison was an immediate hit upon its introduction last year, and that was for good reason. The lack of a flagship off-roader was among the biggest complaints truck enthusiasts had when the new Colorado generation was introduced back in 2023, and the whole world let out a sigh of relief when Chevy finally introduced this flagship model last year. Chevrolet has collaborated with American Expedition Vehicles in the creation of the Bison, transforming the humble Colorado into one of the most impressive factory off-roaders in recent memory. Under the hood lies the 2.7-liter high-output 4-cylinder engine, making a healthy 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. All Bisons compared with an 8-speed automatic transmission with a 3.421 final drive ratio, which might not be a popular choice among the manual-loving public, but starts to show its worth by seamlessly shifting through the gears, no matter how tough of a terrain you're traversing through. The AEV influences on the Bison are mostly felt on the exterior. The heavy-duty steel front bumper is winch-capable, and the rear bumper has also a similar finish. Unlike the regular ZR2, the Bison has some beefy fender flares, hinting at the capabilities of the massive 17-inch bead-lock-capable wheels and meaty 35-inch tires that lie underneath. General Motors has also equipped the ZR2 Bison with boron steel rocker protectors and skid plates, so you don't have to sweat if you jump across a dune a little too fast. There won't be many obstacles that can hurt the Bison, however, as this behemoth sits 12.2 inches off the ground, a full 1.5 inches more than the regular ZR2. This officially hands it the record of having the best ground clearance in the midsize pickup segment, even more than the Jeep Gladiator, which has been specifically designed for this exact purpose. The approach and departure angles are also among the best in the business, with an approach angle of 38.2 degrees and an equally impressive 26-degree angle of departure. Even if you miraculously manage to hit something on your misadventures, the best-in-class underbody protection will come to the rescue and help you escape unscathed. Naturally, the Colorado ZR2 Bison comes equipped with 4-wheel drive and a 2-speed transfer case, but the magic happens with its Multimatic DSSV dampers. The power-locking differentials at the front and rear also add to the capabilities, but all this extra equipment takes a toll on the Bison's more everyday capabilities. The truck's gross weight goes up by 325 pounds over the regular ZR2, while the towing and payload capacities are maxed out at 5,500 and 1,050 pounds respectively. Even if you manage to find something that fits the 5'2" bed out back, the massive 35-inch spare tire is sure to make life difficult. AEV branded headrests and floor mats on the interior put the cherry on top, and with the 2024 model already having received some stellar reviews, we have no doubt that the Colorado ZR2 Bison will continue to top the extreme off-roader sales charts and keep eating the Ranger Raptor for breakfast in 2025 as well. Improved reliability over 2024. 2023 and 2024 both were troubled model years for the Chevy Colorado. The inaugural model year of the third generation saw concerts over weak roof panels, while 2024 saw over 15,000 models being affected by electrical gremlins. Things are looking up for the Chevy Colorado in 2025, however, as the Bowtie brand promises that these issues have been addressed ahead of launch. GM's Vice President of Global Technology Communications, Brandy Baker, mentioned that the trucks displayed intermittent software quality issues last year, but confirmed that the source of the issue has already been identified. Apart from these seemingly random issues, The third generation Colorado has generally been one of the most reliable midsize pickup trucks on sale. With the 2024 Ford Ranger's over-engineered 10-speed gearbox giving owners constant headaches and Toyota Tacomas having axles seemingly made out of paper, reliability is slowly becoming one of the Colorado's trump cards, and we love it for that. A techie interior. The interiors of previous Colorados were nothing to write home about, but the story will be different this time around. Just like last year, an 11.3-inch high-definition screen comes as standard on all models, making the Toyota Tacoma's 8.0-inch standard display look like a complete and utter joke. Size isn't the only thing that the Colorado's interior has going for it. All models now get fancy wireless charging pads to top up your smartphones in an instant. But USB ports are also here if you prefer the old school way of charging, with the cable. The infotainment system can be had with Google integration, but be prepared to pay a subscription fee for that. If not, you'll have to settle with either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which comes as standard on all models. Taking eyes off the display, you'll see an interior which is a significant improvement over the previous Chevrolet models. Although things are still a bit heavy on the plasticky side, the cabin is well laid out and there's plenty of leg and headroom for even the tallest of passengers. There are plenty of storage spaces to store all your snacks, and in typical American pickup truck fashion, a pair of cup holders sit front and center on the console. Chevy will offer some new interior colorways to make the 2025 model stand apart from previous model years, so if you got a taste for wacky interiors, better keep your eyes peeled. Proven powertrain options. Chevrolet introduced two powertrain options upon the third generation Colorado's debut in 2023, and things will remain largely unchanged stepping into 2025. The 2.7-liter turbocharged inline-4 continues to be the base engine option in its low-output tune, and although the public reception has been mixed, we can't deny the reliability that this engine offers. All base model Colorados will have the same 273 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque of prior models. But this is where the story gets interesting. If you want nothing but the best in performance, make sure that you tick the Turbo Max engine option when ordering your 2025 Colorado. The Turbo Max takes the base L2R engine and cranks things up to 11. Power output goes up to 310 horses, while the torque nearly doubles to 430 pound-feet. Transmission choice remains the same for both engines, however, with the proven 8-speed automatic being the only option. Fuel efficiency. With the engine options being the same compared to last year, don't expect any major improvements in the fuel efficiency department. And considering that the Colorado already had one of the best MPG figures in the midsize segment, you won't hear us complaining. Rear-wheel drive Colorados get an impressive 20 MPG in the city and 23 MPG out on the highway, which is impressive when compared to the Toyota Tacoma, which can only manage 19 MPG around town. As you might have guessed, opting for all-wheel drive eats into the fuel economy, but not by much. The efficiency around the city drops by 1 MPG to 19, while the highway figure stays the same. But if you go big and splash out on the ZR2 Bison, you better have deep enough pockets to fill it up on the regular. The biggest and baddest member of the Colorado family can only manage 14 MPG in the city and 18 MPG when blasting down the interstate, and things will only go downhill when you head off to the off-roading trail. You have the massive 35-inch tires and the additional weight to blame for that, but that's the price you have to pay if you live the go big or go home life. Price and availability. The third generation Colorado is expected to remain in production until 2028, with the mid-cycle refresh being slated for the 2026 model year. Until then, we don't expect to see any radical fluctuations in price, with this year's model expected to carry the same $29,500 base price as last year's model. Things will start to get expensive once you start heading up the trim level ladder though, with the ZR2 Bison reigning at the head of the table with an MSRP approaching the $60,000 mark. The 2025 Colorado will go on sale this fall, and once it does, it's sure to put the entire pickup truck world on notice.